Hi class. In this video you're going to learn about the idiom illustration requirements and the steps in which you're going to take. You've already learned about Pixie, you played with that yesterday, and so now you're going to take the knowledge of Pixie and all the tools and the stickers and the backdrops and all those cool neat things that you learned yesterday, and you're going to apply them to a project. In this project you're going to be illustrating an idiom. An idiom is a figure of speech, and it's a figure of speech that usually sounds pretty weird. Now, this particular project has a twist, so make sure that you're paying attention to the twist. I'm listening for that twist because it's a little bit different than what you might have normally done. So here are the idiom illustration requirements. Item number 1, your name, the idiom, and the meaning of the idiom need to be somewhere on the page easy to read. So it needs to be in a text box, there needs to be a box behind it, something that's easy to read on your page. Doesn't need to take up the whole page though. You're illustrating the literal meaning of the idiom. Now this is where some kids get confused. The literal meaning is you're going to take the words exactly as you see them. And we're going to talk about that more in just a minute. And you're going to illustrate exactly what those words say. The twist here is that literal meaning. So what we're looking for is for you to identify, wow, this looks really silly if I pay attention to the idiom right now exactly as the words say. Do not illustrate the figurative meaning, the interpretation of the idiom, or what the idiom is trying to say. This is what kids get confused with. Everybody wants to everybody wants to illustrate the figurative meaning, but this time I'm asking you for the literal meaning. In your picture you have to have a background, and you need to have at least 2 stickers. You need to make this look good, make it look nice. You're going to have a full class period to work on this. So here's an example of what a good idiom illustration looks like. You can see that I have my name, the idiom, and the meaning. In the top, it's very easy to read. The idiom is, it's raining cats and dogs. We all know that that's not really what people are trying to say. In this idiom, the figurative meaning is it's raining really hard. But as you can see, I've illustrated the literal meaning. We have kitty cats and puppy dogs falling from the sky. You'll also notice that there's lots of them. It looks really nice. There's multiple clouds, there's lots of raindrops, there's lots of cats and dogs. They've been turned, some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. There's a background. It's not just a sticker on a page. You guys are in 7th grade, so let's make it look nice, make it look good. So, in order to get here, this is what you're going to do. You're going to, in the blog, you're going to choose an idiom today. I have a site here that has hundreds of idioms. Now here's the deal. There are tons of them here. Don't just pick the first one that you see. I have a couple of requirements for your idiom. Item number 1, you need to choose an idiom that you have never heard of before. So you have to choose something that you're not used to. You have to choose something that's going to illustrate easily. Remember the twist. The twist is you're illustrating the literal meaning of the idiom. And it needs to be school appropriate. Here's the deal. There are hundreds of idioms on this website. There are like 5 that are PG-13. Boys. It's always the boys. Don't pick one of those 5. Okay? I don't have to explain what PG-13 is. You know that. Please choose school appropriate. So I'm going to click on the site. Sometimes the site comes up, it looks a little bit different on each computer. It's not a huge deal. You'll notice that they're sorted by alphabetical order. Tons and tons and tons of idioms. So this is what you would do. So like a cup of joe. This is the idiom, and this is underneath is the interpretation of the idiom. You need to have both of those because you're going to be writing them both down on your picture. So you need to make sure that you write down both of them. So if I were to illustrate a cup of joe, which you're not allowed to do now because I'm going to demonstrate it for you, it might look something like this. I might draw a cup. This is going to be a really bad cup. I might draw a person in the middle of the cup. Let me make this bigger. There's a person, and I might say Joe with an arrow pointing to Joe. This would be obviously a really bad example, but this would be an example of a cup of Joe. Little hand here. Hi. So that would be what I'm doing. Now, obviously, yours is going to look much better than this because this is just like first grade, not okay. Once you have picked your idiom on the idiom website, and take a couple minutes, take like 5-10 minutes going through looking at some of these. What you're going to do then is you're going to, up here at the top, you're going to go back to the blog and you are going to go to the idiom reporting form. You're going to report to me what you're going to talk about. So obviously first and last name, class period. If you'll notice period 3, I apologize, I put period 4 instead. You'll survive, just put period 4. You're going to write down the idiom exactly as you're going to be illustrating, or write down the idiom. So I'd write here a cup of Joe. Literal meaning. What will your picture look like? You're going to do something like this. My picture will have a man with a label of Joe sitting inside a gigantic cup. Something like that. I should be able to figure out what you're going to do. Figurative meaning, what is the interpretation? A cup of coffee. And that's written right there on the website. So you can see here, there's that information right there for you. Once you've submitted, then you can move on to Pixie. Not until then. Here's a timeline for your project. So today should be Wednesday. You're watching the video. So what you're going to do today is you're going to, that's not a good color. Let's get this color. So on Wednesday, you are picking your idiom and you're going to report it to me in the online reporting. That needs to be done today. Thursday, you're going to open Pixie. You're going to make a new file. It tells you on the blog what you need to fix or what you need to title it, and you're going to create your idiom. Okay, this needs to be pretty much done. On Friday, you're going to only have about 5 to 10 minutes to finish your idiom, and you're going to watch a video on how to convert to a JPEG, JPG, and how to upload this into Google. You have not learned how to upload a non-Google file yet, so you need to make sure that you're here for that. And that's going to be due on Friday, April the 22nd. So make sure you're looking at the blog. Make sure you're watching the video. If you need to see it again, go ahead and look at it again. So your job today, you're picking an idiom and reporting it out. If you get that done before the end of the period, go ahead right into Pixie and you can begin working. Thanks so much.